I love it. I love it.
Woo! Hey, hey, hey. I'm super excited. Hey, you guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Listen, man, I'm just too excited. We got some great stuff to share with you tonight. We have some incredible things happening this weekend, and we don't want you to miss a moment of it. So we decided to come on early so that you will be in the know, so you don't have to be left behind. Again, thank you so much for joining us and welcome. I'm Tisha Marie Johnson. I'm excited to be here. Listen, I could tell you a whole bunch of stuff about me, but I'm here tonight with some phenomenal people to share some exciting news that we have for you. So, we've been posting about student loan debts and all that good stuff. And we have a solution if that's your situation. So, what I need you to do is go ahead and share this broadcast. Whether you're on Periscope, share it with your followers. You're on YouTube, go ahead and share it. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe so that we will know that you're here with us. It's going to be an exciting time tonight. We have some guest speakers, some phenomenal men and women to come and share some exciting information. So I'm going to let my co-host introduce herself. We're going to introduce our first guest. We're going to get this party started. I'm going to share myself and start a watch party, but we got some people that we need this information to cross their desk.
Yes, we do. Hello, 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 guys. My name is Jennifer King. I'm super excited to be here to speak with the American people about student loan debt because it is so huge. It is so huge. And that's what Tisha and I are here. We have a great speaker coming on. I'm not going to take up much more time, but we have a key word. We want this to be interactive. We want you guys to ask questions. And the key word for this half hour is savings. So everybody under the sound of my voice, even on Periscope, over here on Facebook, comment savings. And I also, do we want them to hashtag it, Tisha, or just comment the word? It
They
doesn't
can
really matter.
comment.
We just
Yeah.
we just want we just want some interaction. So comment savings. We want you guys to ask questions. We want you guys to share out the video. I need you to call your girlfriend. I need you to say, girl, you need to come on in here so we can hear about this amazing student loan relief information. And, and above all, we definitely want you guys, for those of you guys that are here with us now, to go to bit.ly/no more loan 20 so you can figure out how you can get rid of those student loans. So let's bring our first amazing speaker to the stage. She's looking beautiful tonight. Hey there, lady. How are you doing?
Hello. Hi, beautiful ladies. How are you?
We are amazing. We are amazing. And I was intending to say something about the graphic that Tisha has up there because that big pile of money, you can be saving that money. And that's our key word for this half hour. So comment savings in the chat. So all right, Makisha, how you doing? You doing looking good? You feeling good? How you feeling today?
I am feeling absolutely wonderful. And so, without further ado, I'll just tell you how I started. So, I graduated with my bachelor's from the University of Michigan about 2000. And then I moved on to grad school, not necessarily because I wanted a master's, but it was a way to defer that loan.
Yeah.
So I did so and got further education. And I said, okay, well, I might as well keep it going. I started with a PhD until I talked to Tisha. And he's excited too. He ain't even got to the good part. He like, yes, ma. So Tisha put a post up about student loans. If you have student loan debt, and it was almost time for me to pay it, and I do work for the government, so I was aware of the public service loan. However, you have to make, for people that know, 125 qualified payments. So there is things that you have to do. So when I reached out to Tisha, I said, Tisha, she said, do you want to know something to get rid of your student loans? I said, does it will it land you in an orange suit? And she was like, no.
That's important. That's very
Yeah,
important.
it's really important. Because I'm like, I mean, orange is really not the new black.
That's not your color. Is she frozen on your end, Tisha?
Yeah, she is. Oh my
That
goodness.
is too funny. I
Can
hadn't
you
heard
guys
that
still hear
story.
me?
There,
Okay.
now you're pixelated, but wait, may give it a second. Your internet will probably jump back in there.
Okay, I see you guys.
There we
So
go. Hey, you're good.
okay,
You're good.
okay, okay. So um like I said, I went to a presentation, got the information I needed. And what I didn't know, guys, what you don't know, and it will cost you. So even though I was in a program where I knew they were going to forgive my loan, the information that I received on assessment, looking directly at my portal to see what was going on with my student loans, I was able to get qualified payments of $0, $0, $0. So what does that mean for me? That means I'm saving about $35,000 of what
Wow.
I would have had to pay. So getting the information is critical. If you're out there, and even if you're in a program, look to see if there's any information that will help you, because you don't know what you don't know. And you know it won't hurt to just look to see if you can save anywhere. That $35,000, that could go to a piece of property, that could go for my son's some stock, that could go, I mean, I could go on and on about what you could do with $35,000.
That's good.
So
Good.
I've heard it's some other people in the membership that has some way phenomenal stories. So I know you guys will be excited to hear that. There's some numbers, some mind-blowing numbers.
Massive number.
So if you
But
think 35,000 is good, just keep waiting. Hold on. It
that's
gets
good.
better.
I love what you said. Would it land me in an orange suit? No, this will not land you in an orange suit. And it will be such a relief for you, because I did the same thing. I kept going to school to defer, and I kept ducking and dodging. And I tell people all the time, and a lot of times people don't understand. And so, guys, we want you to go get registered for Super Saturday so you can get more information about how to get involved in getting this student loan forgiveness and relief. And you can go, we're going to be meeting on Saturday. We're having Super Saturday. We not only want to break the Facebook tonight, we want to get the views up, but we want to have that room packed. So that's going to require you guys to share out the broadcast. It's going to require you to reach out to somebody, because you know what, like Makisha said, you don't know what you don't know. Right? We're over here struggling trying to pay. We know about a few programs, but we're here to tell you there are 70 programs available to you. And you come on in the room with us on Saturday and you can get more information. So this is our campaign to the American people. Our keyword is savings. If you're just now joining us, we want to be sure you comment in the chat savings. You see all that money? That's Makisha's $35,000 back there. That could pay for your baby's school. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead.
Is this a scam? So I want to ask you, was your student loan a scam?
You said that, girl. You said a word.
And I'm just asking, because if you went to the store and you bought something and you expected it to do a certain thing and it didn't do it, you would return it typically, right? So if I got $100,000 in debt and a $40,000 job, I'm gonna just let y'all. Is that a scam? Is that a scam?
Mm-hmm. It is. That should
I
be
don't know.
illegal.
But
They
if you
need
don't
an
take
orange suit for that. They need an orange suit for that.
Yeah, so take action. I would never tell anybody. I mean, education is important. I think there's ways to do it without the burden. We have something here. That membership is phenomenal, guys. If you are burdened and it's a heavy lift for you, and you want to be able to do things with little people, uh, um, make sure you reach out. You come to Super Saturday, get the information you need, and be blessed. It will bless your life.
That's good,
And that
Makisha.
that's all I have, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your story with us. We are so super excited that you were able to save that money. And you're right, we have so many more comments come or people coming to speak about the money they've saved that it is going to be phenomenal. So, guys, be sure you comment savings in the chat. Y'all, here's y'all's homework. Comment savings in the chat, share out the broadcast, and ask questions. We're going to have a lot of people coming in here providing information about this membership program that we're going to share the details with you on Saturday. No, it's not a scam, because why in the world will we be on here talking to the American people if this wasn't true? I mean, I'm not going to say who does that, because people do that. People do that. But we're here to tell you, come on Saturday and hear directly what the information is and make an informed decision. You can either do that, or you can go start back paying in January, right? Start back paying your payment, or trying to be in deferment. And just FYI, as we're here hearing these testimonies, we're going to educate as well. Did you know that you're being charged interest on your interest? And that's why your student loan is payment. That's why your balance is so high and the needle's not moving, and it's not going to move as long as you're being paid charged interest daily, interest on the interest. Come get this information. Go to bit.ly/ no more loan 20 so you can find out what you can do to get that monkey off your back.
Wow. Well, thank you, Makisha. We appreciate you sharing, and, shout out to her for thinking in advance about her son and the legacy that she wants to leave for him. So again, you guys, you want to definitely plug in. If you're hearing us for the first time, if you've never seen anything like this, then you definitely want to go to the link bit.ly/ no more loan 20 so you can sign up, register. Listen, seating is limited, so you want to make sure that you sign up so you can get your space in the room. So, Makisha, thank you so much. We appreciate you. We'll see you, listen, on Saturday.
Thank you for having me. And guys,
Bye-bye.
it's not I work for government, so it's not.
Right. Right.
Have a good one, guys.
You too. So, listen, we have some incredible people with us here tonight. We're super excited to share this with you. Listen, go ahead, put savings in the comment. We want to see that you're here. We want to know that you're paying attention, because listen, like Makisha said, you get a $40,000 job and have to pay back more than $100,000 in student loan debt. Somewhere that doesn't line up. I don't know how you make that happen. But what I do know is, not only are we talking about savings in terms of the student loans, we're also showing you how you can save in other areas of your life. So I'm going to bring to the stage, as Jennifer would say, one of our upline leaders. He's here. One of the persons that I spoke with initially, several times probably, because I was a little slow to making a decision about this thing. But listen, don't do what I did. Learn from my mistake. You need to get right on this. So, Joe, welcome tonight. We're excited to have you here. I know he was like, she is really taking me out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, you are. I tell you what, this is out of my comfort zone. And can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. And I don't know how you set this up. This is like strange to me, but I admire the handiwork, put it that way. So you just want me to share with the folks that you're wanting to show the program to tomorrow? Is that, or Saturday?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll just share a little bit about what this has done for us. my wife and I took a look at this 10 years ago. This whole okay, what we want to what Tisha and a few of the leaders on here want to show you is two things: a way to create a lifestyle and a financial vehicle that can do two things, and that one is help people create an income that is life changing, and then the other side of it, there's a way to help people cut their expenses and overhead with what the way this is set up. And I tell you, my wife and I looked at this 10 years ago, and we it's changed our life. It's created a lifestyle that we were see we owned a business in the conventional world back in 2007, 8, 9, and 10 and 11, and we almost lost both of our places because of a fire hazard that we had in our business. And so what happened is it burned down. Our business burned down in 08. And after the fire, we rebuilt and came into 09 and lost all of our contracts. And we were praying for another way to just simply have a financial vehicle somewhere. You know, what's crazy is you guys are talking about student debt and how much effort a person puts into learning, and what you learn that created that student debt, and you put effort and time, and you went the full 4 years of education to learn a business that you could do so you could make a living. Well, what came with it is student debt. And here, this vehicle that Tisha and Jennifer want to show you is a way to create an incredible income, along with helping you cut your expenses. And that's what it's done for us. And it helped us cut over $50,000 in expenses. And the student debt relief thing that just came on to the business in January of 2020. So that was brand new. And now people are saving so much money with it. And then the flip side of the coin, we had saved $50,000 before that, just on daily expenditures and household necessities, what it takes to live. And so this is exciting. But the income side, it created a multi-six-figure income for us, and it brought my wife home from the restaurant business. So you're going to see a full picture here of what this can do for y'all. And it gave us choices that we wouldn't have had. And one of those choices is time freedom. So I would encourage all of you, don't be afraid of it. Look, spend 15 minutes to a half hour, get your information on what this can do for you, and then make a decision, because all that this is, but all this is helping people create a dynasty of income for them and their family, and create dreams, create a lifestyle that all people only desire, but only a few chase after it. Then on the flip side, there's a way to help us all cut our expenses and overhead on the same things we're spending money on. Don't miss it. And it's thrilling. It's exciting. And Tisha, I have never seen nothing like this. I marvel at how it works. You know, every week there's a check there every week for my wife and I, and we're just stunned. We're still, and it's been 10 years, and we're still just stunned. It is amazing. So back to you, Tisha. Thank you for letting me share, and God bless. Don't miss this. Anyone on here, don't miss it.
Thank you so much, Joe. I'm super excited that you would join us tonight. And thank you so much for your leadership. Thank you for sharing. And I'm excited. I'm one of those persons. About a couple months ago, I made a decision to declare that I would make $1,000 a day. Now, I didn't know how that was going to happen. This was before I said, let me look into what this could do for me, and still wasn't even thinking that it would be this way. And so once I got started, I said, oh, I see how that could easily happen. So I'm excited, and I'm looking to follow in you and Naomi's footsteps so that I can make that life-changing money. And it's been life-changing so far. So again, thank you so much for sharing with
Well,
us. Jennifer, did you have anything?
Tisha, Tisha, one more thing. Um, I was skeptical, and I was almost too skeptical to take a look. Once I saw this, and I saw how much money we can make, and I was like, I'm going to learn how to do that. And if they can teach me to do it, they can teach anyone. And I don't need a college education and a head over heels in debt, college debt, to do this business. So guys, look in. Woo! This is exciting. So I'll
It's
turn it
very
back to you guys. You guys have a great evening.
Thank
God
you,
bless.
Joe. Yes, this is so super exciting, guys, because you know what? If you don't do this is what I tell people all day, every day. If you don't do this, then what? Are you going to go back making those payments? And not only do you have an opportunity to save money, you have an opportunity to make money. That's the thing. What I love about what Tisha said is that she saw the opportunity. You declared the money before you even knew how you were going to make it. And then along
Absolutely.
comes this, and it's so simple. So
Right.
simple. You just open your mouth and spread the word, because when you get in the business of serving people, the money is going to come. You don't even have to worry about it. And so I'm so super grateful that Tisha said yes. And here's the power of community. Tisha said yes. She put up a post. I didn't know what she was talking about. All I knew, she asked, said, do you have student loan debt? And yes. Okay. So I've known Tisha a couple of years now. And so, this is the power of social media and having a community and getting that know, like, and trust factor, right? So if this is the first time you're seeing us, you may be like, okay, I'm not real sure, but you're going to see person after person after person, right? We couldn't corroborate all these stories. It's got to be true. Right? It's got to be true. So this is your introduction. We want you to go to that link. We want you to go to the link, and then we want you to come back and say that you're registered. bit.ly/no more loan 20. We have a few more minutes with our keyword for this half hour, which is savings. So if you haven't had an opportunity to comment savings yet, be sure you comment savings. But I want to thank Tisha publicly for making the decision to look at it, because see, Tisha didn't even have student loans, but she knew, well, she didn't know I had them, but she knew people had them. And so
Yeah.
when I told her how much debt I had, she was like, oh my God, how did you sleep at night? Well, after running for years and years and years, you're going to eventually get tired. And what you'll do, you will try to block it out, right? So some of the things that I did, Tisha, was, if I could get a forbearance, you can usually do that for a year. So I would be good for a year. And then it would come back around, a letter or an email or a phone call. So I would try to figure out, what can I do? And I could only run for so long, right? And then I had to start paying. And again, you may be in a program right now. We talked to a lady last night who said she was in a program, right? Making payments. We told her about this. She looked into it, and come to find out, those payments she's been making, and we're going to have her tell her story. I think she's in the room. So I want you guys to really pull up a chair and listen to this story, because this is probably your situation. And you probably are saying, okay, we're in the forbearance because of the CARES Act. We've had a reprieve since March. Well, the CARES Act ends at the end of January. So if you haven't gotten an email or a letter, be on the lookout, because it's coming. And then what are you going to do? So we want to get you guys, this timing of Super Saturday, we did it at this time on purpose, right? Yeah. To get you guys in and get you the information. So is our next speaker ready? Is she a speaker tonight? Or yeah, we have her on at 8. I don't see that she has her camera on. So let's go ahead, Tisha, and you want to give out the next keyword? There she is.
Sure. Let's see. What I want to go back though.
Sure.
And like I said, I made the declaration, didn't know how it was going to come to pass, but sometimes you just got to step out on faith. Now, I had been in this membership savings program since January. So I've been sitting on it. Not be, and I won't say because I'm not a selfish person. Had I known or really realized sooner the power of what was available, believe me, I would have shared it sooner. Because this one decision that I made has affected so many families. You know, we're gonna have an official count, and you need to come Saturday to the Super Saturday event. Go to bit.ly/, no more loan 20, so you can actually come and hear more of the testimonies of how people saved in the area of student loans. But listen, I didn't have student loans. I paid them off years and years ago. But the fact that I made the decision to share this has impacted so many lives. And so I want you to know you're one decision away from not just being a blessing to you, not just benefiting you, but also possibly saving somebody else's life. Somebody doesn't know what they're going to do because they've gotten that letter, because they got that email about their student loans. They don't know what to do. They haven't been paying. And in some cases, some people still had to continue to pay, but they don't know what they're going to do. So, especially if you haven't been paying this entire year, what is that amount going to do in terms of your monthly budget? If you haven't been paying, and have you been putting it to the side? Probably not.
That's good, Tisha.
Probably not. So,
That's good.
don't let it be a catastrophe to your household budget. We want you to get the solution. The solution is here. You've been praying for an answer. Listen, you don't get to tell, can I just go to yeah, I can go there. It's my platform.
That's right.
You don't get to tell God how he's gonna bless you.
There you go.
You ask, you receive. You believe that you receive, and you take advantage of what is put before you. So, like Jennifer says, if not this, then what? How are you going to make it through? Now, I work for the government. Makisha talked about the government. So, yeah, orange is not the new black. So, you definitely know I'm not going to do anything. Listen, I don't have my rings behind me tonight. I'm a relationship coach. But if I wouldn't do nothing in that marriage to have to write a memo, I'm not going to do nothing else to have to write a memo. Because believe you me, if I got a situation, I got to write a memo. So you don't want your wages garnished. You want to make sure you take care of it. Go to bit.ly/, no more loan 20. So I'm supposed to be telling you guys what the new word is, or the next word is. And
That's good,
let me pull
Tisha.
that up.
As you were talking about being a relationship coach, I've been divorced for a number of years and I'm not really down on marriage. It wasn't the best marriage. So, I'm not like saying, oh, I'm not going to get married again. But can you imagine me going into a marriage? Well, how would I tell the person I owe $250,000? You can't not tell them.
Right.
Right. You can't not tell them. So
Exactly.
how do you broker that conversation? I don't have to do that anymore. Nor do I have
Exactly.
to worry about it anymore. So this was life changing for me, and this is how God works. I have been praying for years for some relief on the student loans. I got in there. I started making my payments. I thought I was in a good program, but I was not. And so that's why we are here to spread the good news, the holiday cheer, whatever you want to call it. You need to get there on Saturday. You need to not delay. We want you guys to go to bit.ly/no more loan. Go ahead and go register while we're here and come back and tell us that you're registered.
All right. So the key word for this half hour is consolidation. Consolidation.
Yes.
So put that in the chat if you rocking with us. If you're here, you tracking with us, put consolidation as a keyword in the comments. Just want to know that you're there. And listen, we're going to talk about some consolidation because our next guest can certainly say that she thought her loans were consolidated properly. And you're going to find, most likely, that there was something different that should have been done in your situation. So,
That
Ms.
was me too,
Jillian,
Tisha. That was
are
me
you,
too.
are you ready? Our next guest, she was invited by someone who I invited, and she's been plugging in. She's been with us and on our presentation. She's been inviting people because this information is too good to sit on. So, Miss Jillian, how are you?
Hey, everybody. I am absolutely great. I am so great. Glad to be here. So I've been listening to everybody else talk, and my experience, I did not get $100,000 forgiven or anything like that. But so I was introduced to this, well, like everyone else, I saw a Facebook post that said, "Do you have student loan debt?" I said, "Yeah, everyone does." And my girlfriend, she's like, "Well, I want you to listen to this." And I'm like, "Well, I'm already in a program. I've been in a program since August. I'm fine. In 10 years, it's going to be gone. I'm really not interested." She kept bugging me. I was like, "Okay, all right, I'll come look." So I came on the presentation. I'm like, "Oh, okay. I've heard of this company before. Team National. I joined 3 years ago. Didn't really do anything with it." And so anyway, the student loan is new. It wasn't 3 years ago, they didn't have it. So I said, well, let me just go ahead and give them a call and see what's going on. So I went ahead and got the membership because my husband loves to shop online. In fact, today he was shopping for a pressure washer, and he went to our marketplace, and it took him to his favorite store, and he was able to get what he wanted to get and the rebate. It was like plus, you know. So I went ahead and I did join, and I contacted the student advisor, and I was telling him about my situation. We logged in. I forgot my password. I didn't even know I had a password, come to tell you the truth. We figured that out. We got logged in, and he was asking me questions, and I told him, you know, I was working with this company. And he's like, well, what's their name? I told him. He's like, well, I don't know who they are. I've never heard of them. I said, well, they told me this, that, and the other. And he's like, well, what's your adjusted gross income? He goes, well, I said, well, I've been paying such amount for the last 6 months. He goes, well, no, I don't see any payments applied to your loan. He's like, you need to go back and ask him a question. He said, and by the way, the kind of loan that you have, you're not eligible for, hold on a second.
While she is getting readjusted, listen, the key word for the half hour is consolidation. Go ahead and put that in the comments. Go ahead, Jillian.
Okay, so so he was saying you're not even eligible for certain loans because I'm not eligible for the CARE Act because of the type of loan that I had. So I couldn't even participate in that. But the company that I work with, they never told me about that. He said, well, did they consolidate your loan? Or I said, well, no, they just said that they're going to take it over. He said, well, they can't do that. So he educated me. He was telling me things. He told me what questions to ask. So I contacted the company, and I was asking them all the questions that the advisor was telling me to ask. And they're like, well, maybe, okay. So we'll see. I said, well, where's the money been going that I've been paying for the last 6 months? Well, we're waiting to see if your account is approved. They're like, well, I thought it was approved. I said, I was told that I only paid such amount of dollars for the next 10 years. She's like, well, who told you that? I said, well, the gentleman that I spoke to. She's like, well, I have to get back with. So they went around and around in a circle. And so basically, right now, I've been paying money in for 6 months. And the last conversation I had with them is, okay, you've already put my application in. Now, our advisor said it doesn't take that long. Since July, you should have heard something by now. It doesn't take that long. And so when I contacted the other people, they're like, well, we're going to try it one more time. And since you say you work for the federal government, we're going to try this program. I mean, until I said, well, what about the, federal, because of the fact that I work for a federal government, they didn't even consider that. That was not even on the table until I said, well, I work for a federal government. What am I eligible for? Oh, okay, well, we'll include that too. So I was like, oh my goodness. So what I'm waiting for now is, if it does not go through in the next couple of weeks, I want all my money back so I can go to my advisor at this club and get my stuff put together right. So you know, I'm glad I didn't tell my girlfriend no. I'm glad I did take, you know, a chance to get educated and take a look, because I seriously thought I was in a good program. I mean, I was bragging, I was excited, I was happy, and I'd have been mad after 10 years to come find out that I wasn't in anything program, because for the last 6 months, I dropped maybe $800 or so on this reduced payment plan. That's not, you know, so that's my story. So I'm telling you, even if you're already in a program, and even if you think, it's not going to hurt you to just call and find out and ask questions and see. And if you're in a good program, excellent. If you're not, like I was, then it's time to change. That's all I got to say. I'm just glad I took a step and made it and took a chance and said yes.
Awesome, awesome. And I'm so glad that you did check, and it even proved to us that though people think they're in a good program, we need to make sure that they are. Because had you gotten down the line 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, and you know, most likely the person you initially spoke with probably wouldn't be anywhere to be found. You know, not to say that the company isn't legit or anything, but you know how stuff just kind of gets lost in the shuffle. That would have been very unfortunate. So, like Jillian shared, come get the assessment. You need a student loan advisor because you don't know what you don't know, and you don't know if your loans have been consolidated properly, or that even though you think they are, that the money is going where it should go. So, Jillian, thank you so much for sharing your testimony. We look forward to seeing you on Saturday, and you're going to have an opportunity to meet this student loan advisor. We're excited about it. He's incredible. We call him our own. No, we have to share him with other people, but we just love him. And so you gotta come. Yeah, but you gotta register in order to get in the room. So again, thank you, Jillian.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And you know, that's real unfortunate. I was told one of the things that I was told too was that all my loans weren't consolidated, and that's why it was plastered all over my credit and pulling my credit score down. Because we'll work with companies like your service provider, and they're not in it for you. They're contracted by the Department of Education, so they're going to get their money. They're not there to help you. We talk about our student loan advisor being the equivalent of a tax preparer. When you have a business or when you are having your taxes done, you want to get the maximum return, right? So you can go do it yourself. IRS will give you all them forms and all them publications, and you can go sift through all that and try to figure it out. Or you can go and talk with somebody and that does it all day, every day. Right. So Aaron is super amazing. He's going to be there on Saturday. For those of you guys that are here, if you're just now joining us, please be sure you share out this information. Please be sure you go get registered. And our key word for this half hour is consolidation. Comment consolidation in the chat. And we want you guys to go to the link bit.ly/ no more loan 20. I'm telling you, this is life-changing information.
Awesome, awesome. So you spoke about going and getting the forms and doing it yourself. There are over 70 programs that are available.
Yes.
And so, you know, when I started doing, I work a 9 to 5. Yeah, I work a 9 to 5. I work 40 hours a week. I work a 9 to 5. And I started doing other businesses on the side as well. Well, at a point, I'm like, well, no, I don't want to do my own taxes. I need to refer this to somebody who does it because I want to make sure I'm getting the maximum. And so if you use that analogy, make sure that you're getting the maximum that's available with your student loan debt. And listen, we've had people, we're going to have some other awesome testimonies of people who not only got a few dollars uh what am I trying to say, reduced or eliminated, but some people got the entire thing. So
Mhm.
if you can get in that bucket, why not get in that bucket?
That's good. That's good. That's good. That is good. So, again, you don't know what you don't know. And one of the things that we stress to people, because again, everything that everybody said, they thought they were in a good program. They thought their loans were consolidated. They thought they got the best deal they could. Same was my scenario. Same exact thing. I was making payments and making payments. And then I was excited when the pandemic hit and we got the reprieve, not about the pandemic, but about the relief from pain, right? But that is going to end. And then we're still in the pandemic, but they want their money. So what you going to do? And so if not this, then what? So you will have an opportunity to come hear this information firsthand from the student loan advisor, hear a presentation, go on over to bit.ly/ no more loan 20, get registered and come back and let us know that you're registered, because this is not going to go away. It's not going to go away. And what's going to happen is it's going to continue to get worse because the interest compounds. I probably owe 3 times as much as I borrowed. Right now, I owe 3 times as much as I borrow because you're charged interest every day. Because when we're getting the money, we're not concerned about necessarily when it comes time to pay it back. We hear bits and pieces. Oh, you don't have to start paying until 6 months after you graduate. But if you're $100,000 in debt, like Makisha said, and you only make 40,000, and you still need to eat every day, then you got to make some tough decisions, right? So, it's your food and shelter or your student loan. So you try to go into forbearances and deferments, and they end up eventually running out. So what do? Guys, this is your opportunity to get in something. So when you come through, even going into the holidays, you can get this stress burden off your back. Because I know y'all have gotten letters. If if you owe a student loan, you've either gotten a letter or an email from your service provider letting you know the date your payments start. Are you ready for that? Or are you ready to hear some information about other programs? Because I have, and I've talked to Aaron many times, Tisha, and he's told me that it's very rare that people who work to get in these programs on their own really get all the relief because they don't fill the paperwork out right. So you may think that you're a public servant and you're going to get that forgiveness after 10 years, but if you didn't certify it right, and they're not going to come back and tell you all the time. They're not going to come back and tell you. It's not going to go retroactive, and those years only count as long as you're making payments. It's not just working in the industry. You got to be making payments and working in the industry. So guys, go over to bit.ly/ no more loan 20, and let's rock this out. Let's have you on here next time with a testimony so that we can speak to the American people. And another thing, Tisha, I've had people say, I'm gonna wait and see what the Biden administration does.
Okay. Look, I'm a federal government employee. Even if they decide to do something, it's not gonna happen quickly.
Thank
I can
you.
go back to year before last when they were talking about, okay, we gotta extend the budget, we gotta release the budget, and didn't. And I was out of work for 35 days because the government was shut down. So are you want
But
to
did,
depend
wait,
on
wait,
that?
didn't you didn't get paid, but then you still have to work?
I was in the category where I did not have to work because I was considered non-essential, though my agency is essential. But my coworkers, they had to go to work and we didn't get paid. Now we did get paid eventually, but that didn't stop my creditors from calling. And though a lot of them were okay with it, because okay, we know, we verified that you do work for the government, and so we get it. But some of them didn't care. Some of
Tell
them
it.
called like every day.
I remember you told me that, and that would make me mad. What did I tell you yesterday?
And it, after a while, it just got comical. They'd be like, Miss Johnson, hello, how are you? Well, answer hasn't changed since yesterday.
Right.
Oh, well, when do you think you're gonna make a payment? What? Call the White House. I
Right?
don't know. Yeah, I'll tell you tomorrow because I know you're gonna call tomorrow. And listen, it wasn't even something I could see if it was something critical. It was some furniture.
I'd be like, come get it. Come get it.
So you don't want to be out there wondering if your loans got consolidated right. If you and you should be very afraid if you haven't received anything and you know that you have student loans.
Right. That's right. That's right. Because running is not going to do anything because it will show up to haunt you. And another thing all this student loan debt does is it reports on your credit as debt, right?
Yes.
But being in these programs can help alleviate that if you're able to be forgiven. And guys, each situation, we've had two people come on here already and give stories. It's going to be different. So we can't give any definitive answers. The only definitive answer we can give is that you need to look into it. You need to look into it because over and over again, we're hearing story after story. So we can't come in because my story is very different. Makisha said she was forgiven $35,000. Y'all listen to this. Lean in. I was forgiven $239,000. That's how much debt
Woo!
I had. Yeah, 200. And that's when I remember when the first time I told you, you were like, Jennifer, how did you sleep at night? Well, after 20 years, you just get tired and you just fall out.
Listen, I want some of y'all to sleep. I need you to go to bit.ly/no more loan 20. Stop
That's right.
dealing with this unnecessarily.
It's madness, Tisha. It's madness. And I had a reporter. I talked with a reporter today about student loans, and he was asking me some questions that he posed some questions to me about student loans and bankruptcy. Because sometimes people think they can file bankruptcy and get those discharged. And I'm not going to get into all that because it really is convoluted. So that's not our purpose here. But he asked if you could do that, easily do that, if I thought that was an avenue to go. And I said, no, I am not a proponent of borrowing money and not paying it back. I am a proponent of education. Had I known that interest was going to be charged daily, interest on the interest, I might have would have done something a little bit different. So now I probably spent about 80 something $1,000 going to school, but now I owed 250,000. And being young, I said there's a lot of factors involved here, and the American people need to be educated. But you have so many people swamped with student loan debt. We've got to work with them. Damn student loans is a pandemic.
Right.
Student loan debt is a pandemic. All right. Student loan debt is a pandemic, and we're here to get you guys a vaccine. We're here to get you a vaccine for your student loan debt. So go on over and get your vaccine. It's been tested. It was approved by the FDA. It's good. You're not going to grow another eyeball or ear. You're going to be excited. Go to bit.ly/no more loan 20. Guys, sooner rather than later. We want you to go now so you don't forget. Because by going to that loan, you're going to get reminders to you so you don't forget. Plus, that's the only way you're going to get the link.
Exactly. bit.ly/no more loan 20. You got to go. And listen, the thing about it is, we talked about if you had tax issues or if you had the kind of income where you needed to know about the tax loopholes, then you would go get a professional. Same with an attorney. If you had a police situation, you had a domestic situation, you had some kind of situation that takes you before a judge, are you going to stand before the judge by yourself? Well, I don't even think they let you do that. As a matter of fact, I know that they don't. But do you want to be with a court appointed judge? Now, I'm not listening for all the lawyers out there. Don't come after me. I'm not saying that you don't do a good job, but we've heard too many times that that workflow is too much for them to really get deep down into your situation. So you need a professional, someone specializing in what you need. And I didn't know there was a student loan advisor who is an expert in that area, familiar with everything that involves the process, and not only that, the programs, the process and the programs. That's what you need, a professional skilled in the process and the programs, so that
Right.
you can get the best possible situation and outcome for your situation, which, you know,
Absolutely.
if it's a partial reduction, okay, that's more than you would have had. So it's like
That's
this. I say, if I'm making the spaghetti for the office party that we're not having this Christmas, and I go to the register and she says, "Hey, give me your Kroger card," for example, and I say, I just pay for it when the spaghetti sauce is 3 for $5. Why am I gonna pay full price when
that's
I
what
can get
you
a
should.
discount on that? No, I'm gonna give her my Kroger card. And if I don't have a Kroger card, I'm gonna ask the person behind me. And last case, I'm gonna ask the cashier. I know you got one because you work here. Can I use your Kroger card? Okay. So get what you need so that you don't have to pay full price. I'm with Jennifer too. Pay for what you owe. But if there's a discount available, it
Why
makes
not
more
take
sense.
it? And there's not enough people that know about these discounts and these opportunities, because a lot of times what we'll do is we'll turn a deaf ear to our responsibility because it's overwhelming and we don't know what to do. That was me. That was me. Of course, I was young, I was overwhelmed, and we needed to eat every day. We couldn't eat every other day and every third day.
Now you
So,
got boys, so no, that wasn't gonna work. No kind of way.
no
For a
way,
boy,
no how.
mm-mm.
No way, no how. So, guys, we can't stress upon you how important it is for you to take a minute and face what's about to happen, right? We want you to go ahead and be able to know where you stand. That's how people that we may look at, and we may say, oh, they're lucky, or oh, they have money, they're rich. They're taking care of their business. And a lot of times we won't do that. Or maybe it was just me. Maybe you guys are good. Maybe you guys are good with your bills, but it was something I ran from. And again, I thank God every day for Tisha saying yes to the opportunity. And we have an amazing speaker that's going to be coming on here in a few minutes, who's going to talk about how she talked to Tisha, and Tisha what wasn't ready because of other obligations. The timing wasn't right for her. And then so she really got in this, not for her, but for us, right? Because she's like, I know I have friends that have student loans that are drowning in it. And was your vision of all your broke friends right?
I wouldn't call them broke, but I kept thinking, and so it's so funny that you say that, because I kept thinking, okay, now, because I hadn't really fully plugged in, so I was like, how am I gonna walk up to somebody and say, hey, you need to come over here because I know you got student loans? I mean, I couldn't imagine how I was gonna do that. And finally, it just kind of hit me, and everything clicked. And I'm super excited that I did make that decision. So again, you guys, this ain't about me. It's not about you. Yes, you're going to benefit from getting this membership savings program so that you can save in your student loans, but there's somebody else in your life, in your timeline, on your friends list that needs this information desperately. Is going to make a difference. I work for the federal government. We have a lady who also works for the federal government. She I believe is a little bit older than me, but she's closer to retirement than I am technically. And so she was just like, she didn't know how she was going to make that happen, because when you owe that kind of debt, who wants to retire into that? Nobody wants to retire and then say, okay, I got this $100,000 monkey, gorilla, as I call it, on my back. let me go get a job greeting at Walmart.
Right. Because my
We
retirement's not enough.
Right. And it's unfortunate, we could go down that road, but we're not here to do that. We just want to help you, if you are younger, it can make a difference in what you do with your money. Think about the amount of money that you could save if you did not have to pay that debt back. What could you
Wow.
do with it?
Right. I drove the same old car for years because I couldn't afford a car payment. I would just pray as when it got older that it wouldn't break down on me. But Tisha, how many people would you say, just a ballpark figure, that you've talked, not that you've talked to, that you know of in your community now that have a story similar to mine?
Oh, wow.
I know it's a lot of us. It's a
Yeah,
lot.
probably more than 10. So listen, y'all got to come Saturday so you can hear the real deal. You can hear from them yourself and you can hear how much we say. I can tell you it's more than 7 figures that we've helped people save in just the last few weeks. So don't miss this. Don't take it lightly. Don't think, what's she talking about now? What they're doing now. No, if this is your situation, or somebody. Listen, you could be watching this broadcast because you just happen to be passing by, but you may know somebody. Go ahead and share it.
Right.
Jennifer talks about one share of the broadcast. I ain't gonna steal her thunder, but you need to share this broadcast.
And it was one share, you sharing that post. So the one share of the broadcast changed my life because it got me with my coach that helped me build a profitable business so that I could leave my job. Then here comes Tisha sharing a post that got the gorilla off my back. It don't get no better. I don't know what the next post is gonna be. Girl, I don't know what it's gonna be, but it's coming. It's coming. You gotta believe. You gotta believe. So guys, we definitely want you guys. Susie says thank you for her $150,000 savings.
Ooh, Susie. Wow.
That's
Wow.
amazing.
Wow.
That is so super amazing. So
Look,
you know what? We got a new keyword. New keyword for
okay.
this half hour. Our keyword, we want you guys to comment in the chat. Our keyword is credit. Let's talk about the credit, right? So I had $250,000 worth of debt on my credit. That impacts the score. That impacts how much house I can qualify for, how the interest rate on my car, the interest rate on all kinds of things. So this is not just going to help you your pocketbook, but it's also going to help you be able to purchase more, but also help you with that credit score. And that's something that, I knew I was almost in default at one time. Tisha, I was almost in default. We're going to put that down as a keyword for one day too. I was almost in default. And when you go into default, then the next thing is they start to garnish your wages.
Yeah.
And we know people who have been in wage garnishment because they could not make their payments. But if you can't make a arrangement or get in a program and they garnish your wages, you have nothing to fall back on. They're going to take their money. They're going to contact HR and they're going to
Yeah.
take their money. They're going to take it. And it's not going to be nothing you can do about it. You can get on the phone and it's bureaucracy. So it's not going to happen fast, right? So why not take care of it up front? We want you guys to go to bit.ly/no more loan 20. Go now and get registered. And we want you guys to come back and let us know that you're registered because we want to see you there on Saturday.
Wow. Listen, I know a little something about that garnishment. It had nothing to do with student loans. It actually, well, I guess when you get married, your spouse, and you get divorced, it becomes your responsibility. So, although in the judgment, I'm just gonna put that out there, it said something else, but because they could get to me, they went ahead and garnished my wages.
Wow.
How about those apples?
Wow.
So you, and especially from a single woman, listen, go ahead and get that debt off of your back, especially if you want to be in a new relationship that's leaning toward marriage, because your debt becomes their debt becomes your debt, and God forbid it doesn't last, it's still gonna be your debt. They're gonna be looking for you. Now, maybe I needed a different attorney or something, but I'm telling you, if they
What
can't get
could
to
happen?
your spouse, they're gonna get to you if they can
That's
find you.
right. That's right. That's right. And you know, going in telling somebody I'm $250,000 in debt, that might have been a deal breaker.
Right.
They'd be
Exactly.
like, ma'am, no, ma'am,
Oh
this not
yeah.
for me. This not for me. So wow. Eli says I was forgiven $125,000. My credit score will soar, but this will allow me to live my dreams as a real investor.
Real estate. Yeah.
Yes,
You want some real
absolutely.
estate.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, guys, be sure you go get registered. Be sure you share out the broadcast. If you're just now stopping in to join us, the key word for this half hour is credit. We are talking about credit and how student loans can drive your credit down. It also can affect how much house you can get. It can be a deal breaker. It can be a deal breaker for getting a house. For getting a
Mhm.
house.
Eli says, single ladies, prepare to be the Ruth and waiting for your Boaz, debt free. I know that's right. So I'm glad she said that. And I know we're talking about credit too, but sometimes your credit is in the situation that it is because you need more money. And so look, like
That's
Prego, I
good.
talked about spaghetti. It's in there. We got you, boo. Come on to this Super Saturday. You're going to hear some incredible information, some phenomenal testimonies, but you're also going to hear how, like I did, I shared this information with others, and we have been able to earn additional money. And it ain't, listen, I was in the pink bubble, for those who know that what that is. It was a great experience. I even drove a car, but I didn't make as much money in a short period of time that I have being over here. So you want to go to bit.ly/, no more loan 20, bit.ly/, no more loan 20. So you can sign up, get in the Zoom room. Spaces are limited. So you better hurry up and get on that list so you can
That's
be
right.
in the room.
That's right. Get on in the Zoom room. Guys, this is your opportunity. Don't wait. Don't wait until January 15th, when the CARES Act ends, and then you're like scrambling, trying to get something done, giving us a call. Can I get in your program? It's going to be a process. Y'all know we working with the federal government now. You know it's going to be a process, and we don't want you to get behind, because when you get behind, they'll report to the credit bureau. So why not get in a program? I'm telling you, once I started working with this particular program and got my paperwork, what they needed to them, they went to work for me, and they work on your behalf, right? To help you out, to help you out. This is an opportunity. This is a life-changing opportunity. I don't know how else to put it. It is a life-changing opportunity. And so we want you guys to come to Super Saturday on Saturday. It is going to be at 1 o'clock Eastern time. That's 12 o'clock Central Standard Time. You will have an opportunity to be face to face with our student loan advisor and ask questions, listen to his presentation, and he's going to enlighten you on some stuff you've not been told, because it does not benefit your service provider to tell you this information. It does not benefit them at all. And you talked about how, Tisha, when you were uh when the government was shut down, and how the furniture company was calling every day. So the CARES Act is keeping the student loan people from calling you, but you best believe when it ends 1/31/21, they gonna call, because they already done sent you a letter. You already got your letter in the mail or your email. I promise you have, because I got mine in the mail. So I know, and I've heard other people. I talked to a gentleman last night who said he lived in California, and he was talking about how he needed to get something done with his student loan because they had a reprieve in California for rent during COVID. I didn't know that. You didn't have to pay rent, right? But in January, you have to pay 25% of your rent for all the months you didn't pay, plus your January rent. So if you unemployed, where the hell are you gonna get that money from? So you don't want to have to deal with that and student loans, a place to
Wow.
live and student loans. And then if you do work, the possibility of them contacting your HR department. Nobody wants that to happen. Nobody wants that to happen. So guys, go on over to bit.ly/no more loan 20. bit.ly/no more loan 20. If you're stopping in here, do us a favor, share out the broadcast to your community, because I guarantee you, we're out here spreading this grassroots effort to all the American people about the student loan debt relief program that we want you to be a part of. We want to tell you about. And you guys are getting phone calls. You're getting phone calls. We can help you get your student loan forgiven. How they know they can help you? Have they done an assessment? How you gonna come in right off the bat and say you can help me and you haven't done an assessment? You heard Jillian, I'm sorry, come in and talk about how she's been in a program and no payments have been put towards her loan. And she don't know what's going on, and she giving them a call and they hemming and hawing. Hey, Chiquita, how you doing? I still need to talk with you about this savings program as it relates to the industry you're in. So we definitely still need to hook up. Thank you for tagging people on this, because it's detrimental to people's health even. Can you imagine the health issues people are having behind the stress behind the student loans? It's
Crazy.
just ridiculous. It's crazy. It's crazy.
We
So
heard
guys,
a story while we were talking about credit, and that is the key word for this half hour is credit. Put that in the comments for us. If you are tracking with us, if you're here and you haven't shared the broadcast, go ahead and share the broadcast and put credit in the comments so that we know that you're here, you're listening, you're present, and you are doing your friends and family, giving them the gift that's gonna keep on giving this holiday season. But we heard of some stories where people built a house from the ground up. And this has been numerous stories. We have one that is on our team who shared a similar story, built a home from the ground up, got to the closing table, and because of that student loan, could not close on that house. Can you imagine? Oh my
wow.
goodness. Simply heartbreaking. Thank you, Dee. Absolutely heartbreaking. I can't even imagine what that would feel like. And it's so unfair. Again, they're giving you these loans. They ain't checking your credit when they give you the loan, but the loan is jacking your credit up. So
That's
you
right.
have to do something about it. And we're giving you a way to do something about it now. You need to go to bit.ly/no more loan 20 so that you can sign up and be there for Super Saturday so you can get this information. Thank you, Prophetess Cynthia, for sharing and putting the keyword in the comments. We appreciate you. Don't let that be your story, that your student loans is already messing your credit up.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and get the process started so that then your credit score can go higher and higher.
Right. I'm excited about that. For those of you guys that are just now joining us, we're talking about Super Saturday, an event we're going to have on Saturday, bringing people in from all over to that have student loan debt, right? And talk about how you can get some forgiveness or relief. I was $250,000 in debt with student loans. By far, the majority of it was interest, because did you know you're charged interest every day? So even if you're in a forbearance, that interest, they'll even tell you during forbearance that you should still pay the interest. I didn't do that. I didn't do that because I didn't have, they'll tell you still pay the interest, right? Because interest will continue to accrue. They're very clear about that, but nobody's hearing that. when you don't have the money. So I owe $250,000 with this program, the very program we're going to talk with you about on Saturday. We're going to have the student loan advisor there that put me in a program that's going to forgive me of $239,000. I will be paying back $11,000. Do you hear me? $11,000. You don't know about the 70 programs. He's going to plug you in to see which one is the best one for you based on your circumstances. We've had a couple of people on here already give testimonies about their student loans. And so not only do you save on student loans with this membership program, but we want to get you there Saturday so you can hear about the other things you can save on. It's just not student loans. That's just our focus right now because that's the pandemic. Student loan debt is a pandemic. And this right here is your vaccination. We want you to come get vaccinated on Saturday. We want you to come get vaccinated on Saturday. And we want you to get vaccinated so you don't have to worry about it anymore. You don't have to worry about it coming back and stressing you out, coming back and possibly getting your wages garnished. What does Eli say? The company I was paying was sued for being non-compliant. Oh my God. So what she paid was lost. Wow. Guys, listen. Y'all have got to come on in here and hear. Student loan debt is a pandemic. That's right. It's a pandemic. And we want to give you a vaccination. Everybody's talking about the vaccination for COVID so you don't catch COVID. We don't want you to continue to catch this headache, right, of the student loan. Headache. And it's got to be affecting people's health as well. So we have someone in the room. We're going to bring her on up. Dr. Cynthia Armstead. So y'all know Dr. Cynthia Armstead. She got a lot of degrees.
I mean, finish blue up, I'll let you know.
A lot of degrees.
I got a lot of stuff going on.
Hey, welcome.
Now, I know I was going to show up to talk about this credit during the credit hour. Hey, Tisha.
Hey.
Thank you. You've already said it. I'm just going to repeat it. Your one decision just a few short weeks ago has made a difference for me. I got some stuff going on here in my background, so I may have to put you on hold for a virtual moment here.
Okay.
Okay. Can you hear me clearly?
Yep, sure can.
Okay, great. So your one decision allowed me and my family to make a decision, a life-changing decision in regards to student loans. As you know, you knew I had those student loans. You just should have called me and said, girlfriend, what are we going to do about those student loans you got? Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my gosh. I have had student loans since the 1980s. The 80s, through many different administrations, over and over again, I have had these student loans, and these student loans have been bugging me and bugging me and bugging me. I have not been able to get rid of them. Like Jennifer, I ran from them. People chased me to pay them. I could not get away from them whatsoever. I finally stopped running about 5 years ago, and by that time I was in default. It took me a whole entire year. I'm sorry. Hang on, guys. Hold on a minute. I got some things going on over here in my background. And so after having those loans for about a whole entire 4 decades, it feels like, I had to make a decision to work with. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. There's some noise in my background. And I don't know if you guys can hear me clearly.
I'm gonna give it a couple of days.
Hang on.
Don't get no better.
Sorry, Tisha, these technical difficulties. Not my friend at all today.
That's all right, you guys.
Girl. And it's not letting me do anything. It's like you're gonna stay in here and you're gonna tell this story. I do not know.
Wow.
All right, Tisha, give me a 5-minute break. I'll be back.
Okay.
To be able to talk on the phone. That don't make sense.
How you pull me out.
Okay.
All right, you guys, listen, go ahead and share the broadcast, and definitely go to the link bit.ly/no more loan 20. Listen, she started her testimony. You got to hear the rest of it. And for those of you who have parent loans, Jennifer, that's something that you had.
Yes, I also had a parent loan that I was responsible for paying for. They were able to get me in a program where that was also added into my debt. And so, some people may only have parent loans, some people may have parent loans and student loans. So the program that I'm in, Tisha, I was paying $323 a month. I now pay $58 a month. That's a 70% reduction. A 70% reduction. That's huge. That's life changing for me and my family. That gives me an opportunity. Again, I told you guys I drove an old car for years because once I paid it off, I couldn't afford to get another car. Even when I wasn't paying my student loan, but I could have probably went and got a car, but I didn't know when they were going to lower the boom. I was trying to get ready for that. So now I'm able to have a new car, right? And have a lesser of a payment with my student loan. We're able to do some things. We're not able to travel, but I can put that money in savings. So when the country does open up. So while we're dealing with the pandemic of COVID, we need to deal with this student loan pandemic. And again, we were talking about people saying they were going to wait for the new administration to come in. Student loan debt is not their focus. COVID-19 is their focus. Unemployment is their focus. And we've not had to pay since March. So we're going on about 9 months, 8 months, 9 months. You think they're going to do that forever? They need their money too. And they're going to come after you. They're going to come after you. So now, they're going to be calling your phone. Nobody's calling me anymore, so I can answer the phone. The only phone calls I'm getting now are people that are like, how do I find out about this student loan relief? Can you tell me what I need to do? These are the people that we're inviting to the presentation on Saturday. So go over to bit.ly/no more loan 20. And we want you to go over there now and get registered so you can get reminders because we get busy. This is not something you want to get busy and forget. It's not.
All right, Dr. C, you back?
I'm back.
All right.
That student loan gremlin had me. It was the student loan gremlin. He's angry, but you cannot have any parts of me, you student loan gremlin. Tisha made one decision literally that changed my life. Just one decision. About 6 weeks or so ago, I saw a post that she put out about student loans. Now, Tisha, cut it out. You knew I had student loans. I thought we were better than that. You could have just hit me up and said, girl, listen, Linda, I got something to tell you. It was amazing when I heard that information. And she knew that the key word was credit. In this half an hour, y'all know how much I love to see a good credit score. I love to see that credit score bounce, bounce, bounce. So when I heard about this program, it was an amazing opportunity. I did not hesitate. I heard some people say they hesitated, but you know what? When I assessed it, I had nothing to lose. I tell you what, honestly, I did have something to lose. $179,000 worth of student loans is what I was looking to lose. So my story, as I was saying earlier, is I've had these loans since the 80s. And as I sat back and I thought about this opportunity for some reduction, I realized that I could not hesitate. I've waited long enough. I've carried the load a very long time, and now was absolutely the time to get rid of as much of it as I could. I reached out to a student loan advisor. Let me roll back and say, I thought I was a pretty smart chick, right? I got all these degrees, the little doctor thing in front of my name going on, right? Kept my nose clean, went to school, got good grades. And one day I looked up and all these student loans had ballooned into something that was out of control. Tisha calls it the gorilla. Bigger than the monkey, a gorilla. I do not remember anyone pulling my credit in order to give me these loans. No one said, let's see if she's credit worthy to give the loans. And you do think when you take the loans, I'm taking them so that I can get out of school and get an amazing career and be all that I can be because I've done everything right and by the book. Jennifer talked about having 6 months before repayment starts. 6 months. Okay, maybe that was back in the day that someone could secure a position, but right now, people have gone over 6 months without employment. Jennifer spoke early on about people having to pay their rent. How in the world can you think about student loan payments when you need to deal with the survival of the fittest, which is food and shelter and clothing? Student loans, I always say, be gone. That is not the priority when you are trying to survive. So my story basically picks up at I dodged them, like Jennifer said, she dodged too. And then eventually I started making payment arrangements. But every other week, someone different was calling me. And I'm like, didn't I talk to you last week or 2 weeks ago or last month? Wasn't that you I made a payment with? So what happens is these loans go all over the place. They get all diversified. And you don't know that business. That wasn't my business. I didn't go to school for that. So I thought everything was in one place. Like I told you guys earlier, after going to school and getting all these pieces of paper, I thought I was a pretty smart chick. But I'm quickly finding out over here that the student loan advisement thing, it wasn't my forte. It's somebody else's forte. And so by the time I kind of figured it out, everything was in default. I spent nearly a year paying myself out of default. And then from that point, I spent the last 4 years making monthly payments. Again, being federal, as Tisha said, and as Jennifer said, hoping and praying, because I have heard the horror stories that I was in the right program, the paperwork and everything was done right for forgiveness. But forgiveness was only going to be 120 payments down the road. For me, that's 10 years and 120 payments. So by that time for me, I'd be eligible for a whole lot of other things that they talked about in the presidential debates. Student loans not being one of them, for sure. But other key topics, and I have a lot of respect for those things, but student loan has to become the key topic. And it just wasn't. It wasn't until I heard about this opportunity that it put the topic of student loans at the forefront for me. And so I had the assessment with the advisor. Once you have that amazing assessment, when you hear that advisor say, are you sitting down? If you're not, you better sit down. Some people said they didn't want to sit down. They were standing up. Their knees were kind of buckling, but they stood up. I sat down and he said, you know what? You have $185,000 in student loans. However, we're going to be able to get $179,000 forgiven. $179,000. I'll be honest with you. My 9-to-5 working income was not $185,000 a year. Not at all. So to find out that out of $185,000 that I'm going to be forgiven $179,000, oh my God, $179,000 of student loans forgiven. Tisha says it all the time. How could you sleep with it? And it occurred to me what Jennifer said. At some point, you're just exhausted. So you just say, you know what? Maybe if I go to sleep, this will all be a bad dream. These student loans, it'll be a bad dream. It'll go away. I'll wake up and be debt free. Well, now when I wake up in the mornings and I know that I am on track to have $179,000 of my loans forgiven, loans that I've carried, you know, through the 80s, the 90s, 2000s. Here we are in 2020, and it will not follow me into 2021. Baby, I'm up all the time, but I'm up praising him, jumping, excited, trying to tell everybody that I can, because who knows when this just might go away. So I always say we're not coming on here to impress you, but just to impress upon you that you need to look into your options. You need to make a decision, because in our community, we always say not making a decision, just sitting back, actually, indeed, is still a decision. So come to the Super Saturday. I want to see your face in the place. You need to register so you can be in the room at bit.ly/no-more-loans20. My story also included Parent Plus loans. So if that's you, you need to come out and hear that story, hear that advisement as well, and schedule an appointment with the advisor. Because again, I keep saying, I thought I was a pretty smart chick. Maybe not as much as I thought I was, because who knew that there was a student loan advisor? We get medical advisement when we need it. We get dental advisement when we need it. We get legal advisement when we need it. If you need an accountant, you get that advisement. Who knew? For me, I just found out about 6 weeks ago that there is someone who is professionally trained as a student loan advisor. And when I got in the room with him, this pretty smart chick just sat down and pushed myself to the background and just continued to be all these things here that you see behind me, because I know for sure that I'm all those things. But I allowed him to be the smartest person in the room that day and advise me. And the journey that he took me on, I'm so thankful and so grateful for this opportunity. That's an amazing journey. And Tisha knows, I'm going to tell you, like I say all the time, I'm in Chicago, but I promise you that Jordan left a legacy of that jump man and how he was jumping. But I'm here to tell you, with this student loan opportunity, he won't be the only thing that's jumping. My credit is going to be jumping like Jordan. So
Yes.
I want to see your face in the place.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow, that's
Yes.
amazing. That is so amazing. Guys, let's go. For those people that are just joining us, be sure you give us the keyword, because we're getting ready to switch to a new keyword, but our keyword for this half hour is credit. Put credit in the chat. Be sure you share out the broadcast, because we want to be sure that we pack that room on Saturday. We want to make sure we get this word out to everybody. So we want you to be there. We want you to sign up and then call your girlfriend and tell her, girl, we need to go hear this information. It's not going to take very much of your time, but you just heard Cynthia say. And Cynthia, I think both of us, I'm not sure if it was you, but after we got this amazing membership, we were still took a couple of days before we called. It wasn't you. Well, it was somebody else. It was me.
Oh, no.
I was still
Oh,
scared.
no.
Ready. She was
You
I
were
had
ready.
nothing
I was
to
still
lose.
scared.
Nothing to lose but those
You know what?
loans.
Now that I think about it, I think I talked to you and I said, okay, now it's time. It took me a couple days, still scared, still running scared, thinking I'm the only American citizen that won't be able to get any help. But listen, when you hear those words, are you sitting down? You guys got to get this membership. And we're talking about the biggest opportunity we had in the membership. We haven't even gotten to the additional things. You'll hear more about it on Saturday. Be sure you go to bit.ly/no-more-loan20. Let's switch real quick to our next keyword, and that is keywords, right? And then we're going to get our next speaker up here. So what we want everybody, as we get ready to bring our next speaker up, put in the chat the CARES Act, because it's getting ready to end and you get ready to have to pay. So I suggest you get there, you run, don't walk, run to bit.ly/no-more-loan20 and get to the presentation on Saturday.
Wow.
Thank you
And
so
then-
much, Dr. Cynthia, for
You
sharing
know,
your
Keisha,
story.
honestly, an extra 30 days, what is that going to do? That's going to be an additional 30 days of people going without sleep.
Yeah.
Right?
And then especially after the holiday, after the beginning of the year.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So this should be the gift that keeps on giving. I always say, give this to yourself as a Christmas gift. Somebody says, what do you want for Christmas? I just want to be debt free. That's what I want for Christmas. Okay. Wrap it up. I just want to see something that says paid in full. Wrap that up in a little red bow and stick it under the tree. And that is good enough for me, because we don't know what this next season is going to bring. We weren't prepared for 2020 the way it started. We don't know what's coming for 2021. So while you can make a decision, you should make a decision. It's a free assessment. It's not going to hurt. If anything, that's a CARES Act. Care about yourself. Care about your finances enough. Care about the last time and the last 30 minutes that word that went away was credit. Care about that, because in the long run, it will cost you if your credit's not up to par as well. And I know that was the last topic, the last 30 minutes, but I'm just so fired up and excited about it. you know. So we've got our own CARES Act going on over here. Tisha cared enough to share this with me. I cared enough to share it with my offspring. Jennifer cared enough to share it with people who she cares about. Guess what? I care enough to share with a total stranger. That's how much we care. And now we want you to act. How about that?
How about that? Woo, you did that, Dr. Cynthia. Thank you so much for sharing your success story. We're excited. Listen, you got to come back Saturday so you can hear a little bit more of her story. She's going to share with us, but thank you for being here. Listen, this is our last few minutes that will be with you tonight. But listen, you want to come back tomorrow night, same time, same back station. We're going to be sharing some more awesome, incredible testimonies, not just Dr. Cynthia's testimony, but we have others that have taken the step that they needed to get rid of, eliminate, reduce their student loan debt. And listen, as Jennifer said, we're just getting started. So I want to introduce to you, if you want to come back tomorrow night, same time, the lady who got it started, the lady who introduced me. Cynthia's testimony. You got to turn your volume down. She introduced this to me, and again, listen, don't do like I did. I sat on it. So Jennifer, tell Pastor Rhonda to mute her volume, so that I could see this membership savings program, so that I would sign up for it. And then, because at the time, the student loan wasn't even a part of it, but I was looking at it from the business perspective, and I just didn't have time to do it. I was busy. Well, busy people do get things done. They do. But also busy people, if you're busy and not making money, then you're being busy and broke. And that's not the right answer either. So about 7 weeks ago, I said, you know what? Let me see what'll happen. I knew some people who would come once they heard the student loan part of it. I just needed them to come to the table so that they could see how incredible this opportunity is for them and their family. So this is the lady that got it all started. I'm super excited. She is my friend, my sister. We've known each other almost 20 years, and we've been through the storm and the rain, through the heartache and the pain, and also the happy, happy time. So she introduced this to me, and I went ahead and got started, and I'm so glad that I did. Now, again, I say, don't do like I did. Don't sit on it. You've been warned. Don't sit on it. Go ahead, get started. But Pastor Rhonda Bolden, thank you so much for coming on with us tonight. We're super excited. Listen, Joe was here earlier and he shared, and so you're going to close us out tonight. We're super excited to have you. Thank you so much. And thank you for not giving up on me.
Well, I've got my volume down, but I can't hear your questions. So I think I'm giving feedback because I was turning my volume up so I could hear you.
Are you on your phone too, Pastor Rhonda? Do you have your phone going with Facebook?
We're super excited to have.
That's the volume we need you to turn down on Facebook, not on StreamYard. Are you on two devices?
Hold on.
Yeah, she's on two devices.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay.
So listen, you guys, while we're waiting, go ahead, bit.ly /
Is that better?
That's better. Now you can turn your volume up on StreamYard. Can you hear us okay now? Facebook, not on StreamYard. Are you
yes,
on two
I can hear you.
You got something else open on your computer. Or are you on your phone and your computer?
I'm off on the computer. I mean, off the phone.
So wherever you're on Facebook watching, turn that volume all the way down.
Better?
That's better. Now you can turn your volume up on StreamYard. Can you hear us okay now? Well, not on StreamYard. Are you
Yes,
on
I can hear you. Okay, is that good?
That's perfect.
Okay. Okay.
Awesome, awesome. So tell the people who you are and how you came about this incredible thingamajiggy. No, this incredible opportunity, this membership savings program, and just whatever you want the people to know.
Well, I just want to thank you for the opportunity. I'm so sorry I came on Facebook to listen to you, but I didn't know having that open and StreamYard was a conflict. So I have it. I think I have it now. Well, I found out about this 2 years ago, and my husband and I, we were looking for something to make additional money. And when we found out about this program, at that time, they didn't have the student loan relief or the health care. And that happened in January of this year. But we were so excited about the program of what else it offered to help people cut their expenses, from everything you could think of, from car and homeowners insurance and travel, shopping, things for your home, everything you could think of, new and used cars, furniture, just everything. And so when we looked at the program, my husband was skeptical before the people showed us. In fact, Joe, that was on earlier, came with a friend of Bishop he plays golf with to the house. And so when we saw it, my husband went from an absolute no to an absolute yes within 5 minutes. And I told him, I said, baby, if you don't sign up in this, you're not as smart as I thought you were. And he said, oh, I like what I just saw. He said, it's not what I thought. And so we began to share it, and it blessed us immediately. We shared it with some people, received some of those checks with a comma within a week or two, and then 2 months, made about 4 or 5 of those checks, sharing it. And to this day, even with what we've experienced, I'm defeating breast cancer, which was diagnosed in June of this year, but I did receive health care, a very good price, a little over $200 a month through this program. And so not only is student loan relief, but it has helped me in many other ways. And I'm so grateful they take care of 90% or more of my medical bills. What a blessing. And I got that coverage in January, but was diagnosed in June. So imagine, Tisha, Pastor Tisha, if I had not had it, what my husband would have to pay those medical bills. So there's a lot of people, not only with student loan debt, but don't have health care, or they're paying a lot of money for health care. We help someone save from $1,100 a month for health care to $600 a month. They save $500 a month, $6,000 a year on their health care through the same program that just helps you cut expenses in every way that you possibly could think of. For tires on your car, which I just got for my Mercedes, got a discount and a rebate. Just amazing. So this program has helped us in saving, as it was initially created for over 23 years ago, and helped us make money, a lot of money. It's just been a blessing. We're grateful for it. And so with what the program has helped with the student loan relief, it brings tears to my eyes, because I have family that have benefited, more family that's checking now, friends. Our armor bearer at the church we pastor, her husband received $223,000 forgiven just the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And then I had other family members that checked Wednesday before Thanksgiving, $87,000, $80,000 forgiven. And the calls just keep coming in. It is amazing. And I'm so proud of when I was shared this with Pastor Tisha. And at first, we first joined 2 years ago, she was like, I'm busy. Then I checked with her last year. I'm busy. And joined on board this year, but was still busy. And I called her one day and I just said here recently, about 6 weeks ago, I said, do you know there are so many people being blessed by this? I said, you need to look at this. And so she took the time and said, wow, and began to share it. And you've heard Jennifer and Dr. Cynthia Armstead and others who have been blessed by this program. Please don't miss out on this. Saturday is a great day. Super Saturday is a great day. 1:00 Eastern time. You will receive the help that you have been needing. There is help available for you to get that off your back, that debt, and to begin to move forward in your life, to share it with other people. Be blessed by referring it. Yes, they pay you very well if you decide to share this with others and change their life. So we're just excited. Tisha, I just want to thank you for making that decision to finally, as I said, don't be busy and broke. And I was saying, I know you're busy. I know you have a lot going on, but you need to really, really look at what you have your hands on. You're already signed up. She didn't need the student loan help, but other things that she need, cut on car expenses, renters or homeowners insurance, other things, car insurance, whatever that you need. This program, I'm not kidding you. If you tell us what you're trying to do, remodel your house, get a house, refinance your house, get furniture, a new car, a used car, life insurance, legal services, credit card processing, promote your business, whatever it is, I believe that we can help you. But the student loan relief is the subject for tonight, for this weekend. Let's get you the help that you need. So, Tisha.
Ooh, that's awesome. Again, thank you so much for not giving up on me. Pastor Ronnie was like, Rich Queen, listen. Right. Come look again. And I'm so glad that you did. And I was sharing with Joe, I said, a couple months ago, I began to declare that I would make $1,000 a day. Now, I didn't know where that was coming from. I certainly wasn't making that at work and had not yet gotten my business to that point. But when I took a look at this and saw, just by sharing this with others and getting people started and helping them share the money that could be made, I said, oh, okay. I said earlier, we don't get to tell God how he's going to bring the blessing our way. We just got to be ready to take advantage of what he puts in our path. And this was put in my path. And I'm sorry I took so long.
Well, I want to say, because during the COVID, we contracted the virus, and Bishop, was on ventilator for 35 days. He's off now, thank God. He's getting stronger, talking more and more alert. He's in a regular room, as you know, and the trach, he's learning how to talk with it more and more. It's just awesome. And I fought it here, plus fighting chemotherapy. I just took my last treatment on Tuesday. Yay! And so excited. But what I wanted to bring up with that is this program that we just was excited to hear about and prayed about for something to come 2 years ago. It has knocked our socks off. And during this virus, those comma checks kept coming every Monday. And we were just excited that while he was in the hospital over a month, this program, sharing it with other people, has paid off with us being able to not only help people, but to help ourselves. And then everybody we shared it with, as you know, when they get a check, a comma check, they send us another comma check. So yes, it does make you do the little dance.
It does.
you make the little comma check dance, That's right. And so I just wanted to mention that the largest that we had made in the business came during the pandemic. Then we saved another $1,026 on our car insurance, sitting on the couch here. Couldn't go to the restaurants even, they were closed. And some of them, you could have it delivered or curbside, but I mean, just amazing, this program helping people and helping us. So if you are looking to get that debt, just to be done with it and to be able to bring in additional few thousands of dollars to pay some other debts off, to save some money, to travel when things open up better, and to just enjoy yourself and not be stressed out. This is a great program. You do want to be there Saturday, listen to the student loan relief, but listen to the whole program because it will change your life. Yes. Well, you all were so great tonight. Thank you for having me, and I'm just excited. You and Jennifer and Dr. Cynthia, but you and Jennifer as co-host and co-host, just love it.
Thank you so much, and we're super excited that you are on the other side of those cancer treatments, and we're happy and excited. And I want to commend you. Your handle is the Energizer. Even in the midst of COVID, even in the midst of being treated for cancer, you didn't stop. Now, I didn't see the downtimes because I'm sure you had them, but you kept going. That is tenacity. That is being resilient in your life circumstances. And I thank you because you came to all of our presentations, basically. There were a few that you said, yeah, I got to rest on this day, but for the most part, you were there, and I appreciate that. Your leadership has just been just incredible, I'm just honored and thankful and grateful for having you in my life.
Team tenacity.
Team tenacity, yes.
I love it because I love that word. I love relentless and I love tenacity. I do.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight and sharing. We look forward to hear more from you Saturday afternoon. Listen, go to that link, bit.ly/no more loan 20. Jennifer, you back?
I'm back, girl, over here stressing out. I don't know what I did to my computer. I stepped away to type up some stuff and just lost y'all. I was able to hear you the whole time right here, but I couldn't get it back up on StreamYard. But thank you, Pastor Rhonda. I appreciate you staying with Tisha, not sticking with her. You saw something in her and she saw something in us, and it's just been life-changing for us. It has been
Tisha's always been a woman of tenacity, a woman of a classy woman of business. And I've always, when I first met her, she was doing her Mary Kay, and I was doing a relationship conference in Detroit. I was doing a 12-city tour. In fact, I love teaching on relationships with singles and couples. But that's when I met her, and she was doing business. I just loved it. And I love business women, Proverbs 31 women. So we just connected,
Yes, I love it.
Always been classy dresser and just a woman of excellence. So I'm grateful to have her. Bishop and I are grateful to have her on the Team Victory. And so you all keep doing a great job, and we are glad to meet you, Jennifer, and everyone else that's on your team. So have a great night.
Thank you so much. And Tisha don't sleep either. Tisha be up all night.
I know it.
All night and all day. She don't sleep. She can't stop, won't stop. I love it.
Thank you, Pastor Rhonda.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we have one more speaker. We're still with our same keyword, the CARES Act. So if you're just now joining us, comment the CARES Act in the chat. And we're going to bring up our last speaker for the night, and we are going to shut this down. If you have not already went to go get registered at bit.ly/no more loans, please go do it right now. Please go do it right now. I cannot stress upon you. Tomorrow's Friday. You're going to be busy. if you and you may forget, but this will get you on the list so you can get a reminder. So you want to bring up our last person, or you want me to introduce her? What you want to do?
You can introduce her.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. We have Miss Aisha Stearns coming to the stage, speaking to the American people about her experience with this amazing program that we are working to get you guys to. She actually came to the presentation, heard the presentation, saw the value in it, acted on it immediately. You will see the same thing. We are just on a doing the telesummit and looking to broadcast out, do a blast out to all the American people so that they can find out this good news. So welcome, Aisha. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm going to have you tell the American people your story that you have about your student loans.
All right. So, hey, everybody. My name is Aisha Stearns, and this program really changed my life and my lifestyle. What it did for me is that it freed up my money even the more so that I can direct my money in the places in which I wanted to go. And the key word is free, because our money should be free and it should not be bound. And we should be able to have control over our money and telling it where to go. And so with that being said, I graduated from college at around, I believe it was like 2006 in the wintertime. My student loans was always current. That's the type of individual that I am. I just really stay current on all of my things. So I wasn't in default. I wasn't in a big, shebang or whatever the case may be. My loans were consolidated and they were current. But I went to the presentation just like Miss Jennifer King stated, and right on the spot, I basically signed up, to the program. My experience with the particular student loan advisor was phenomenal. And I really don't use that word lightly. It was phenomenal. My issue was resolved in one phone call in 45 minutes. I never knew that my student loans had the possibility of being freed up. I never knew that my student loans had the possibility of being forgiven, or a certain percentage of being forgiven, because I thought that only teachers could, get their student loans forgiven, but I was really mistaken. It was quick, it was fast, and it was simple. Okay? Quick, fast, and simple. And so the results of my student loans is that I had about $24,000 worth of student loans. So after that 45-minute call, I was able to save $12,000 worth of savings when it came to my payment in entrance. I also was able to pay my student loan off 6 years early. So instead of being on an 18 term, I got reduced to a 12-year term. And also $6,000 of my student loan was forgiven. And so again, I just reiterate what I stated at the beginning, is that what this did for me and what this did for my household is that it freed up my money even the more so that I can direct my money where I want it to go, so that I can be able to live the lifestyle in which I know that I am obligated and honored to live. So that's my story.
I love what you said. The process is quick, fast, and simple. That is so key. And I think a lot of people steer away because things typically are slow. It's a bureaucracy. They don't understand and they don't want to deal with it. But the way you put it, quick, fast, and simple in a 45-minute call. Me too. My that gorilla got off my back in 45 minutes. 45 minutes. So we can't thank Tisha enough. We cannot thank her enough for making that decision and bringing it to us. And it didn't really take much because we already knew her. But as we're speaking to the American people today, just like you don't know Joe Biden. You didn't know, but you voted for him, right? So you might not know us, but you can come to this information on Saturday and vote for you. Vote for your freedom. Because, see, we already free. Me and Aisha in a program. You not. I'm just saying. You're not in a program. We're in a program. We're free. So we want to free you. It's almost like we're going to call Tisha Harriet Tubman. She came back and got us and freed us from the student loans, because the student loans is a pandemic in and of itself. It's a pandemic. And this is your opportunity, guys. Go to bit.ly/no-more-loan-20. Get registered. Get prepared to come. See us on Saturday. You'll get to meet with the student loan advisor. He's going to do a presentation, and he's such a sweetheart. He's as nice as he can be, but he's going to be telling you all the stuff you've been told wrong, the stuff people aren't telling you. They're not telling you. When I got on the phone with him, Aisha, he started telling me all your loans are not consolidated. That's why it's all over your credit, running your score down. And he was able to put me on hold for a few minutes and come back and fix the whole situation. It's done. It's done. So thank you so much for coming. Tisha, do you have anything for Miss Aisha?
I'm just in awe. You know, she's the one of our money ladies. So, you know,
Yes.
she down to the penny. And so for her to say that it was quick, fast, and easy, simple, I'm sorry. And the fact that she was able to free up her income even the more that's incredible. I'm excited, you know, about that. It's just I'm in awe when I really, really think about it. Though I didn't have that student loan debt, I'm just super excited that so many people have been impacted by this, by me making a decision. And listen, I keep saying that because I need somebody to hear me. You are one decision away from impacting somebody else's life. You never know. They may never tell you. Now, yes, I did. For certain, I knew that Dr. Cynthia had student loans because she always talked about it. I can't remember you talking about it, Jennifer.
I probably never did. Probably never did.
Okay,
probably
yeah,
never did.
But certainly she did. And so, you know, just the fact that there were so many people, because you don't know. I mean, that's something. If I had more than 6 figures in student loan debt, I probably wouldn't talk about it either. or I talk about it all the time. So, but you never know what a person is experiencing, what they're going through.
True.
Like Jennifer said, her kids had to eat every day.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're faced with certain things in life, you have to make a decision. I understand what that's like. It might not be a student loan for you. It might be something else. And so what we're saying, listen, student loan, the process is just a small facet, if I could say that. Now, more than $1 million in savings, yes, is a small facet, but there's so much more to this savings program. We want you to go bit.ly/no-more-loan-20. You need to sign up. Go ahead and register so you can be in the room. Spaces are limited. Look, I need y'all to pack that room because I just want it to be overflow. I want to see those numbers skyrocket so we can help people be free. Aisha used the word free. Come on and free yourself and get the gift that keeps on giving.
That's right. That's right. I love that. I love that. And we are super excited about Saturday. Again, we are wanting to spread the word. We are wanting to spread the word. So go to bit.ly/no-more-loan-20 and join us on Saturday, because it's going to be amazing. This is your opportunity to get free, even know what that freedom looks like before Christmas. So you can go into the holiday not having to worry about it. Because see, what will happen is you'll block it out of your mind because of the holidays. And then when they're over, you're going to be like, oh shit, the student loan. See, we strategically place this at this time so that we can get you guys to understand. Let's go get it taken care of. And we have multiple people in the community, such as Aisha, Cynthia, CJ, who are they're the money people. They're the people that are down to the cent, that are going to understand that this is something good. So you got people like me. I'm not going to even look that close at it like Aisha is, but I trust her, right?
Listen,
And
I was on the phone with CJ as she read every single solitary word. I was like, girl, wake me up when you're done.
I believe it. I believe it. But I'd have hung up on her. I'd have hung up on her. I'd have hung up on her. Call me when you finish. But you know what? You have to have that balance of people in your life.
You do.
You have to have it. So if we're talking about accountants, the money people, right? If they had any hesitation, they would have been done come back and said, no, y'all. But they like, let me sign up and spread the word too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's
so Tisha,
awesome.
I think it's a wrap. What you think?
It's a wrap. Listen, y'all need to join us tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central. We're going to have some more incredible speakers sharing their stories with us, but all roads lead to Super Saturday. Saturday,
Yes.
1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 12 Central. You want to be there. Get in the room. Space is limited. I can't stress that enough. Spaces are limited. You don't want to miss out on this opportunity to hear from the student loan advisor. Now, I know some of y'all are skeptical, but you need to put all that to the side. We would not, trust me, we would not be on here. Not on, listen, Facebook Live, Periscope, YouTube, telling you that you could come and save some money and save your family, save generations. No, we wouldn't be making these claims. Now, we're not promising you anything or guaranteeing you anything, but I'm here to tell you, we haven't had anybody who was turned down or turned away. There are options, okay?
Right. Everybody's had spectacular results. We have not had anybody come back and say, oh, it wasn't a good, no, it's been astronomical.
Right.
Astronomical.
And we've even had people who, like Aisha, didn't have a whole lot, not nearly as much as like Jennifer and Dr. Cynthia, but they were still able to save. So listen, if you save $2,000, that's $2,000 more in your bank account.
Right.
If you save $5,000, $10,000, that's $10,000 more in your. And what could you do with that?
Right.
It's a no-brainer, and not just a no-brainer. It's a win-win-win.
That's right. I love it. I love it.
So you guys, we're gonna say goodnight. Dr. Cynthia, you got any closing remarks?
I
Aisha?
heard my name. I was out there in Facebook land listening. I had to run back up in here because, like I said earlier, I had nothing to lose. Girl, I talked about it. Sometimes it's a time to be quiet, and sometimes it's a time to run your mouth. And I talked about it. And Tisha said, I heard you. And
you know, that
didn't know how to bring it to me.
That is one thing that made me go, okay, she needs some help. You need to go on and do something.
That's good.
So good. Absolutely.
That was so good. So now here we are, and here it is. What y'all gonna do? Like I said, we have our own CARES Act over here. I said it earlier. Okay, we care, and we want you to act. That's simple.
We got the cure for the pandemic.
Yep.
The student loan debt pandemic.
Awesome. All right, you guys. Have a great and awesome night. We'll see you tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Meet us back here. Same place, same best station. We'll have some more incredible speakers, but go tonight. bit.ly/no more loan 20. We look to see you in the room. We look to see you tomorrow night, and I look to see you on stage.